So this is the moment that I have been waiting for. Will it start? I'm gonna put some gasoline in the tubes here. I have to get myself a screwdriver for idle and fuel mixture adjustment. Let's see if oil is coming out of these lines, that our oil pump is working, if it starts. Yeah, most nerve-wracking time of rebuilding a bike, but let's get to it. Definitely got oil coming out of here, which is a good sign. All right, it runs. All right, I think I'm gonna put the tank on now. I checked it for leaks, I cleaned it out. Seems to be good, it's nice and clean inside, didn't really get anything out of it. The petcocks, those are not Kawasaki petcocks. These actually are for a Harley-Davidson Sportster. I ordered them left and right, petcocks. They got the same 22mm thread that the Kawasaki tank had, and you can get these for probably like 10-12 bucks a piece. where if I try to get the Kawasaki ones, you're probably looking at 50, 60 bucks if you can find a good one. Hey, they'll work. All they have to do is open and close, right? I put little filters on the stems inside too, because the filters that they came with were too wide to fit in the hole in the tank. But the filters that they sell for like the Yamahas and stuff like that will fit on the stems there. All right. So I have to get the frame, the rubber pieces for the frame on there. I've got to get the bolt for here. There's a rubber thing on here with some washers, and I got to get that all set. All right, tank's on. I have to hook up the fuel lines to the carb, put some fuel filters in. That one bolt that holds it is right in here. There's a rubber cap that goes over the top of this. I don't know, I think the paint matches pretty good. We're just eyeballing it. Alright, got my fuel line in, fuel filter on this side. Fuel line, fuel filter here, going to the carb. Looking good. The side cover's got to go on. I don't know if the system is charging. I don't think it was, but I believe you have to get it to some higher RPM to charge, so hopefully, although I'm not holding a lot of hope, but we'll check that next time we get it to start. So I have the seat on it. The seat's kind of a pain. I mean, it slips under here nice. Those brackets, they have to go between the frame and this part, which means this has to be loosened, and you have to loosen this because that's where the other part of this bolts onto. So you have to loosen all that to slide it in, then tighten. So it's, once it's on there, it's on there. I guess because the battery's accessible here in the toolbox here, I guess there's no need to have to take it off. One final piece to the puzzle. The rubber cap that goes in the tank. Okay. Now we got the great honor of trying to get this thing running again and adjusting the carb. Okay. It does not seem to want to come off choke. I know that the idle circuit is clear because I can see right through it. So, either there's a vacuum leak or the pilot jet's too small. There's an easy way to check for a vacuum leak. I'll just either use some MAP gas around it or some kind of spray to see if it picks up idle. If it's the pilot jet, I'll have to take the carb off and redo that. Well, I have the carb back off again. I'm going to take the bowl off and I'm going to go up to a bigger pilot jet. I don't know if I'm going to do anything about the main jet yet. You're supposed to, you know, do one, then the other, then the other. But yeah, we got to get the idle first. So, pilot jet it is. Okay, carb's back on. I'm not going to put the air cleaner back on it. Just because, yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass. So I have the carb filling now, and we're going to give this a try. I measured across the flange here that it bolts to, just in case there's some issue with this carb, because this has been leaking a little bit too, and I don't dare tighten this anymore because that's what was stripped out before. So we'll give this a shot, see if we can adjust it. I'm just thinking, like, if an Amal Premier carburetor from like my Triumph Tiger would fit this, and if it would, you know, could we use that if I have to replace this carb, if I have issues that I just cannot resolve. Okay, well, it appears this carb has to come off again. Somewhere it's got some kind of leak, air leak, or it's not getting fuel properly, but there's a straight shot up that pilot jet. Yeah, I can back that all out, so that's not pinching off fuel. Seems to have fuel in the lines, filled, flows well. That insulator seems good. I don't see any leaks around it or anything. No cracks in the intake. Valves? I don't know. Well, I'm sure we'll figure this out. Just gonna take some thinking. I thought maybe an Amal carb off a Triumph would fit this intake, but I believe the spacing is different for the studs. So it looks like I might be stuck with this carb unless I can find, I can't find another one, but unless I can find something else that'll fit that flange. If I can't get this carb, you know, to work right. Alright, well, that's it for now. I will keep you posted. So here's where we're at with this. It will run, but it won't idle. At least not off choke. So that makes me believe there's either a massive air leak, which, I mean, this is the manifold in. There's only this insulator bracket and the carb, and if you spray around there, it doesn't seem to leak. So nothing changes when you move the idle air screw. So I'm guessing something is clogged in that circuit, because the pilot jet is clear all the way up through, but the mixture screw, like I said, does nothing. And even with one of those little wire carburetor cleaner things, it curves and stuff. You can't get it through. So that carburetor is going to have to come off again. The other issue with this carburetor Again, with this, it was still leaking. I tightened it up a little more and it felt like it was right on the verge of stripping out again. So that's in the carb body. If that goes, that's pretty much it, other than trying to do some kind of helicoil or something. I don't even know if they would make something that wouldn't leak gas through there. That would be kind of a mess, but I guess what we could do is try to figure out if there's another carb that would work on this bike, just to, you know, make sure that that's what it is and that it will run okay. There's no other issue. For that, you know, that while we either find another carburetor like this or something. Another issue it has is it's not charging. I should try to polarize this generator. I will try that before I do anything drastic, but yeah, I was revving it up and everything, and with the meter on there, and it's just not charging. So that's an issue. What else do we got going on? Oh, I got to set the timing. It's, yeah, I mean, it seems fine, but I just want to double check it. The rear wheel, I've got to align that. That looks a little crooked. But yeah, for now, at least we know the engine sounds okay. Don't hear any issues in it. But that's where we're going to leave it. And I will get back to it when I can. I guess I'm going to rip that carburetor off and start there. I still haven't put the side cover on it because I was checking the charging. So yeah, it runs, and I know a lot of you that have followed this were waiting for this point. Unfortunately, I can't take it for a ride yet, which is kind of my main goal, but you know, it's running too lean, and yeah, really not the time to even try to take it for a ride. Once I get the carburetor and the idle and all that stuff sorted, that'll be next, taking it for a ride. I want to thank all the people though that supported me and commented, gave me thumbs up and likes, and of course there were always those who, you know, were telling me I was doing it wrong and you should be doing this, you should be doing that. Well, you know what, I understand. If it were your bike, you would have done it differently. This was never a full restore to begin with. It was to get this bike back looking like a W1 from what it was. I think I've achieved that. The only thing left to do is to get it roadworthy. But yeah, hopefully soon. All right, I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching.